as long as you eat them in moderation, it's okay. It's just that we don't always eat things in moderation, and that's when it becomes a problem. So I was educated enough to find out that there's still a wide range of great foods, types of food out there that I can eat.
That education starts with a comprehensive eating plan, and a dietary history is one of the first steps. Katrina Rudy is a dietitian at the Fed Medical Center.
When a person's diagnosed as being a diabetic, the first thing we do is we like to do a diet history, get their usual intake at home, their usual meal patterns, so that we can use that as a basis for their diet. We don't like to begin changing just a lot of things at one time. We do figure out the calories they need. We figure out the amount of carbohydrates they need for their diet, and then we divide their carbohydrates out throughout the day to keep their blood glucose levels stable.
Rudy says they also recommend a low saturated fat diet
because diabetics have a higher tendency to develop heart disease than someone who does not have diabetes.
And of course, sugar itself is a big concern. In fact, it was one of the first things Thompson thought about when he was diagnosed.
I guess when I first found out, I was a little angry because I knew that I was going to have to be more careful about what I ate. I clearly love sweets, and I knew that was going to be a downfall for me.
And while Thompson says he has been able to adjust his diet, others look to the grocery store shelves filled with sugar-free products and artificial sweeteners. But how safe are they? Again, Dr. Kamal.
Well, I think sugar-free is a little misnomer because some of the sugar-free cookies, sugar-free cakes, they are not carbohydrate-free. So the essential tool is to look at the carbohydrate content of that food and not be misled by the so-called sugar-free.
But Kamal says artificial sweeteners are a good bet as far as we know now.
Probably at this time, we cannot say that you shouldn't have any Splenda or any sweetener. There has been some studies, however, none of them have been conclusive as far as the ill effect of those products.
And Dr. Mulaney Murphy had another suggestion to beat the craving for a sweet treat.
What we do in the Wellness Center at Shelton State, we don't preach diet. We teach the students to make healthy food choices where they feel empowered, and that takes the stress off of them. That empowerment is another example. And some of the simple things we can do is anything that we normally ate that was fried, now eat it baked, broiled, or grilled. So if you normally had a fried chicken sandwich during the day, you can have a grilled chicken sandwich. You're still going to get your food. You need the nutrients for good health. You're just making wiser food choices.
And Rudy has another suggestion for an addition to the diet. She explains that some food has been found to even help lower blood sugar levels.
Studies have shown that foods to help lower blood glucose would be high-fiber foods. Things like your whole grain breads, your whole grain cereals, your dried peas, dried beans have that type of fiber in them.
But Dr. Murphy says diet is not the only way to lower blood sugar.
Exercise can be one of the most powerful tools in slowing down the progression of type 2 diabetes and may even reverse the process.
And Murphy adds, while it is important to include your position in your exercise plan, it is just as important to include an exercise plan in your medical treatment as it can help combat diabetes.
We know that stress wreaks havoc with the body's biochemistry. And one of the things that it does with the body is that it elevates the hormone cortisol. And whether you're a diabetic or otherwise, by elevating the cortisol level in the body, you're also contributing to heart disease.
Murphy adds diabetics have more problems with heart disease than the general population.
By curtailing stress or managing stress through exercise, through other coping techniques, you can reverse or slow down the emission of cortisol on the body, therefore having a positive effect on the body's biochemistry as it relates to not only to type 2 diabetes, but also to heart disease.
And while Thompson says it is hard to stay motivated to exercise, he has his 2 personal trainers to help.
I exercise a good bit. Sometimes I get off the track a little with this, but I try to walk about 3 miles every day, and I'm pretty good at that. I have 2 dogs, and they love to go walk too, so it's kind of a daily exercise plan for us, and they enjoy it, and I enjoy it.
As Professor Thompson walks his dogs on a warm summer afternoon, he offers his hope for the future.
This great magic pill that would solve it all,
But in the meantime,
I guess my biggest hope is that people would get tested to find out, because so many people have it and they're not even aware of it, and it's doing damage to their bodies. And if they would find out about it, where they could make some small adjustments in their life, one, they would feel better, and 2, I think it's going to, of course, add to the longevity of their life.
new research on diabetes is focusing on dramatic treatments. But for now, dietitians, physicians, and fitness experts continue to work to help patients living with diabetes keep walking forward in their normal life. Reporting for Alabama Public Radio, I'm Arthur Gay. As Professor Thompson walks his dogs on a warm summer afternoon, he offers his hope for the future.